is here. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation and aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
Greg Bakken here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 61, then cloudy on Saturday with a high of 69. Vinaigrette can add the perfect complement to your next home-cooked meal. Taste test their wide selection of oils and vinegars, and they'll bottle it for you right on the spot. Vinaigrette is located at 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis. Check them out at vinaigrettemn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you for joining me on this Friday before Twin Cities Pride. We're getting ourselves ready for that as a station and everything else. We'll get back to that in a second. I hope everyone had a great week. We are in day number 9 of my Facebook suspension. So, you know, it's kind of like a prison sentence. And speaking of prison sentences, we have Adam in the room next to me. How are you doing tonight?
Feeling shackled there, and feel like I need to start digging behind the poster.
Right?
Get out of this Facebook jail.
Right? I don't know what's going on over here, but it's nothing good. I also like the fact, and I actually really do like the fact, and actually Emily put that up there. She's like, the microphone is in front of your face. That's kind of by design. Hello. See, you know, it's like a little, you know, a little surprise, a little late in the show. Hello, I'm here. You know, it's just, you know, I'll tell you, I am. You know, and there's a lot of people I've texted about my woe story, and you and I've been talking about it for the past hour, is how tired I am from getting ready for this weekend. And I've been telling so many people about it to get some sort of somebody to feel sorry for me about it, that even I'm getting tired of the story. So, but you know, what can you do? So I'm kind of disheveled. I don't need to have my face unobstructed. So, and it's a radio show.
Yeah, it's supposed to be radio. Now, I know Emily lives out of the transmitter area, so of course she's going to be watching.
She lives down the block, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, that's right. Did I?
Wow. Yeah.
Old radio store. I used to have to turn the transmitters down at night.
Yes.
They used to not do it automatically.
Oh, you had to go out and
Yeah, we had to go outside the studio at Woo Radio. Go out into the parking lot, go into one of these little sheds, and hit a button.
Yeah.
And then in the mornings, once the sun was up, we'd have to go back out there and hit the other button.
Well, and that's why, you know, the story for years was like WCCO. People would hear WCCO like in Chicago and pick it up very well because they wouldn't turn down their transmitter.
Right. There's like a 1080 in Dallas that does that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we mentioned, for those in the Twin Cities area, and if you've been listening to the station, you know that AM 950 is going to have a pretty good presence at Twin Cities Pride this year. We're really excited about it. It's we're going to be doing a lot, and I think the pinnacle of it is that we are having a number of shows being broadcast live from there Saturday and Sunday, which is something unusual for us as a station. So I'm excited about that.
It's going to be an absolute good time. So make sure to tune in. All of our normal Saturday programming will be live for the most part out there at Pride in Minneapolis. And then Sunday, we will be doing this again at the witching hour of 4:05 p.m. Old school.
Yep. Back to where it all started on AM 950, the 4 p.m. block, GhostBox Radio, live from Pride. We're going to have on as a special guest Char Savoy, which you may have heard from other radio shows, such as, well, this one, for example.
Yeah.
And so we're very excited about that. You're going to be, unfortunately, you're going to be back at the station.
Yeah.
But you're going to still be there with us. So even if you're at the station,
yeah, I will be there in spirit and on button pushing.
don't say the spirit. We all know what that means.
Yeah, I don't actually. No, I don't feel like dying now.
Yeah, no, it's something else. Now, for those of you, a special treat for those of you on camera here. We're going to be wearing these. We just did these. If I could not touch the mic, our new T-shirts. They don't look as good on camera. They don't look as good as camera as they do in person. Let's just put that away. But I'm excited about them. You got yours tonight.
I got mine tonight. I'll be wearing that on Saturday. I'm not technically working on Saturday, but I will be hanging out and about. I'll have the shirt on, which I was telling him it'll go great with my new Twins cap.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Wait, so are you working Saturday? Or are you working in the booth Saturday? What's going on, Adam? What's happening?
I just planned on showing up with my wife and kid and her friend.
Yeah.
They're going to bomb around, and I figured I'd just hang out and keep you company.
Yeah, please do.
Because we need at least 2 weird gothlings at the booth.
Yeah, I guess there's not going to be anywhere else.
Yeah,
out there. Yeah.
No, none at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time, and we got some really great programming on the weekends, and then you got weirdos like you and I. We're the ones that crash the party. We're the ones that. It's like, they're having great shows about how to manage your money better, how to eat healthy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and I, it's like, have you ever been in a place that has no electricity and you talk in a dark room hoping to see something dark and nasty? That's what we do,
Yeah. And then we usually see the crowd leave and we're just sitting there going, no one? Just us? All right, well, we got an hour to fill. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Speaking of which, folks, it's Casual Friday. What that means is, and you know the routine, that please, if there's something you want to talk about in just in general, a topic, it's whatever you want to talk about, put it into the comments. You can also call. We have phone lines open tonight. We'll see, what is the number? 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, and call in if there's something on your mind. I was saying to you before, Adam, I'm really bummed because my Facebook situation. I don't know if I mentioned that or not on the air yet. I think I mentioned it once. I think I might have gotten away with it. What kind of reference is that, folks? You tell me. It's a
meddling kid.
It's a reference to a television show. But I haven't been able to do question of the week, which is a real bummer. So, and something I'm not super happy about, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it all figured out. It's just Facebook. It's not the end of the world, but it feels like the end of the world. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it almost shows how important social media is to a media program.
Imagine.
And I don't think a lot of people, especially those who work for Meta, have figured that out yet.
Are you telling me there's people that work for Meta? Because I have not seen a single sign of a human being over at Meta.
Okay, maybe not human being, but reptilian that works there for Facebook.
Honestly, if it's reptilian, I don't care. As long as they have a pulse and that they can reverse my suspension, then we're all good.
I'm still trying to figure out how you could have gotten. Do they even review when people say they've done something?
I've had so many people. I mentioned this to Shar. If I had $1 for every time someone has reached out to me to ask me if it was a specific ex-girlfriend that got me taken off of Facebook because she is a bit witchy, like, no, these are bots.
Yeah.
There's no human interaction with this. One person cannot take you down like that. No, like a bunch of people can't take you down. It's something that flagged them. And what I've learned is that, like, within imageries and stuff that you take off the internet, that you could have imprinted in the image, very small, some very nasty stuff.
Ooh.
And so you don't even know what you're posting, and you're posting something really ridiculous. So it's something that I am just like, I'm really confused about. So I'm not happy about it, obviously. And I do appreciate everybody, if you're still even listening, the fact that we I've been talking about this, especially ad nauseum, since Monday. Let's see here. So yeah, I hope it gets figured out here sooner than later. But we will survive. All right. So once again, folks, we are doing Casual Friday here. If there's something on your mind, if there's something you want to talk about, you can put it into the comments. Let's see here. I see that Jenny says that she has a friend who works for Meta. I might take you up on that. Also, you can also uh, Elf. Let me see here. Emily, are you saying Elf might be having a reboot? Elf as in that puppet alien from the 80s? Who doesn't love Elf?
Cats. No.
Hey,
That's all I remember from the show.
doesn't he kind of sound like this?
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
it kind of sounds like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. God, I hated him. All right, so 952-946-6205. Let's go to the phone now. We have yet another Greg, because we can't have too many Gregs on a radio show. Mr. Koss, how are you doing tonight?
Sure, I'm doing okay finally. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, I mean you've been through it, haven't you?
Yeah,
I
had pneumonia.
Gosh, what a and you sound great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's been, you and I haven't spoken in what, about 4 months or something at least.
Well, it's been pretty. I don't know how long it's been. It's a blur.
Yeah.
But I thought that you were going to be going in a direction when I last talked to you, and I guess you're not. So I just wanted to call and support you and say if there's anything that I could possibly do to help you out, please reach out.
Well, I appreciate that. The only thing is right now, everything, like on the online aspect of the show, is on hold because I can't get to my other networks that I stream on as well, such as Get Haunted and Parallax. And they all are aware of that. So once we get that figured out, then I can start kind of doing some other things and whatnot. So right now, the way that things look is that we're getting through this week. I got one more live show on Sunday, and then the following week, the week of the 4th, which is actually the week of the 1st, we're doing all replays and stuff, so we can kind of reset our energies and figure out the game plan, so we can come back on the 8th with some amazing stuff. Greg, what have you been? I know you've been recuperating, but what's been going on with you?
I have just been reviewing my shows and changing the intros and the outros and getting ready to go. I'm going back on in August.
Nice.
I'd like to go back a little earlier, but I'm going to be going. There's no reason. I've got about 2 weeks, and then I head north to northern Wisconsin for an annual family trip.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
And then when I get back from there, I'm going to start up again.
Yeah.
And I have the 2 shows, and I plan on continuing on.
That's great. That's
why I wanted to talk to you too, because you were an intricate part of the one show, and I hope that you can continue on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to. I absolutely would love to. And we can definitely figure all that out when you come back on and stuff, and figure out timings and stuff. And for those of you who are interested, Greg does a program where it's with Spirit Box work. Some of the, like, not, we're not exactly doing the same thing when I do my show Spirit Box work, but we're doing Spirit Box work, and that's the kind of the fun thing about it is spirit communication. So that is something that we we collaborate on. We just haven't been doing so in a little while because of schedules and stuff. But yeah, Greg, I'd love to be able to take part in that again.
That would be awesome. And, the other show, I would love to have you as a guest, probably in October or November.
Oh, it's very nice. Thank you.
I got a bunch of people that I just had to put on hold and all that kind of thing. So, and I didn't want to take a lot of time. I just wanted to go ahead and get through to you and tell you, hey, I love you. And, I'm here to support you.
Back at you, Greg. It's good to hear your voice. I remember prior when we knew that you were out of action, that you were ill. I just saw so many people, including myself, just were like, come on, pull through. And to be able to have the conversation with you right now, to hear your voice sounds so good. Greg, I am truly, truly happy. And I am so blessed that you called in tonight.
I wanted it, for some reason, I wanted to make sure I got through to you once I saw that you were on, and say hi and just check in, man, because you're important to me too.
Oh, thank you so much. I cherish that. Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate it. Why don't we we catch up in a little bit, in a week or so, maybe, if you're around, and have a conversation.
Okay. We'll get through the messenger on you, and we'll take it from there.
That won't work. Messenger doesn't work for me anymore, and unfortunately.
You're kidding.
No.
What do I have to call?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll give you a call. How's that?
Okay, that would be great, and then we could set it up from there. Leave me a message.
I will do so.
I can get a hold of you, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate the call very much.
Say hello to Sheriff for me.
I will. I certainly will. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
All righty. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take our first break? When we come back, we have a question in the comments. We got some stuff to talk about, whatever's on your mind. What a great call from Greg. It's so good to hear from him. If you want to give us a call, you can do so, 952-946-6205. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Need a stone to change your luck or break a curse? Try Larvikite, known for its hex-breaking powers. Need an herb to repel negative spirits? Try Rue, used to repel demons and jinn. Want to create a decoy so black magic can't touch you? Make a witch bottle. For more magical advice, visit Magus Books in Minneapolis. We've got the tools and the expert advice you need to succeed against the dark arts. Find us at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or at magusbooks.com.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Greg Bakken here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. So, how are those commercial breaks treating you over there, Adam?
Hey, guess what? Autoplay ain't working.
All right, here we go. So, you know the quote, right? A poor workman blames his tools. It just kind of came up coincidentally. I don't think it really was directed at you or anything, but
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Hey, I'm just happy the lights are on in here. Okay, I mean that's a bonus. So, yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, it doesn't it feel like though when that happens and nothing's playing that like the entire world is watching you.
Oh yeah, and that 2 seconds of in between your bumper and me being like, well, I guess I got to do it manually, felt like an eternity.
Oh, I bet, and probably no one even noticed until I brought it up just now either.
No.
But yet
not.
we're all, and I'm just staring at you, like trying to get you to, like, I know I'm watching you. I'm watching you not be able to run a commercial break.
Yeah. All these eyes just staring at me.
Right.
And they're just your 2 piercing ones.
My just 2 piercing, judging. Don't forget the word judging.
Your judgy eyes.
So first of all, it was great to hear from Greg. Thank you so much. But then he followed up with a comment, which you have to read this comment because it is nice. If it wasn't nice, we would have never talked about it again. Greg says, I have to say, you always inspired me. Greg, you really charged me by taking my call. I guess I can't read. Love and hugs. The guess you can't read is from me. He didn't write that in his comments. I'm just finding that I can't see things like I used to. So that's all I have, Adam.
And the thing is, Greg calling in, leaving comments like that, he's not the first person who's actually hopped in, especially since during the 9 days now in Facebook jail.
The great suspension of 2024.
Yeah, your listeners that have popped in and be like, dude, we'll help whenever we can. I mean,
yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's very true, Adam, actually. And, the funny, not funny, I think it's, I want to say it's so sad we have such a reliance on Facebook, but at the same time, without Facebook, I wouldn't have met so many people on here, including Greg. So to hear their voices and someone like in the comments, Courtney Peterson, who has been helping me share out, not helping me, she has been sharing out. There's no helping me. She's been doing the work, sharing out the video to people. It's just very kind. So it's really something. So once again, thank you all very much. Now, Emily, believe it or not, she's taking us back to paranormal. Okay.
What's that?
I mean, yeah, you might as well throw some of that in tonight too, I guess. So Crunchy Soup and Home says, I have a question. Do you think that the North Korea-Russian alliance will bring an influx of UFO sightings? It's a very interesting question, especially if you are somebody who believes that there are UFO forces out there that are charged to protect the planet from blowing itself up. Like the people believe that there is stuff that there are, aliens out there that are, for whatever reason, they don't want us to kill each other, like completely blow us up to smithereens. I mean, I don't know if you're working on something over there. Do you have a thought? Do you have an opinion?
I can put a thought into this. It's something that my wife actually brought up the other night. She was reading something about a UFO researcher, and they were basically stating that we've made it the furthest out of any of the other species that have been on this rock, and that the alien life forms are actually probably most likely trying to protect us and send us messages of, like no more nuclear stuff, because it always seems like they're popping up around there.
And we're really listening.
Oh yeah, we listened to that one so well. But we listened about the aerosol cans when we put the hole in the ozone layer. You know?
Well, it's an easy way to get out of the planet. It's a great milestone to look at if you get lost in the atmosphere. Like, how do I get out? Oh, there's that big hole I can go through. So
for the longest time when I was younger, I thought the hole in the ozone layer was where the air came in and out, like from Spaceballs.
Yeah,
that's essentially what I thought. I thought all of our air was escaping when I was like 7 or whatever, because I had seen Spaceballs. Like that's where all the oxygen's held.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Another thought though, too, maybe the reason why, to your point, that they're keeping us safe and stuff is because maybe we're a massive science project.
Oh, could easily be. We could, or it could be us from the future trying to figure out, how we ticked back then, because there might be some weird thing going on, 7,000 years from now.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Never know. 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. If you want to call in, say hi, whatever's on your mind tonight. It's a call in the Friday before Twin Cities Pride, before we do a massive live broadcast for the next 2 days, and that's really pretty exciting. I'm really happy about that. So I'm really excited. We put a lot of work into a lot of great shows are going to be on. As far as my opinion, getting back to Emily's question here, my opinion is that I do think that it does get tied into what we're doing on the planet, and if what we're doing on the planet is worrisome to some other species that are flying around, it'll be interesting if like even in South Korea, there's any sort of notice of an influx in UFO activity. Because, I mean, obviously North and South Korea are right next to each other. So it's very possible that it is going to be that's what it is. Now, Emily would like, I think, to talk with us about it. So let's bring her on the phone. Emily, welcome to GhostBox Radio. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, good. I didn't want to type out everything I had to say because I'm eating and I have greasy fingers. So this was easy.
Well, I appreciate the very descriptive reason why you're not doing it. How are the was it cheesy bread, did you say, or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Cheese stuffed pizza sticks.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
I know.
Do you know what you know what I had for dinner tonight?
Was it nothing?
No. This I know how I made that sound like a pathetic, like, well, you know what I had. No, I actually had dinner and it was very good. Have you ever been to Hawaii Poke Bowl?
Yes. And is it Woodbury?
Here is there. I think there is one in Woodbury. We went to Eden Prairie. We being me, I guess it's the royal we tonight. But yeah, I went to Eden Prairie for it, and got, and for those who don't know what it is, the best way I describe it is that it's basically sushi in a bowl.
Yeah. And
it's so good.
It's fantastic.
It really is. I mean, it's no cheese stuffed crust, whatever you're eating over there, but that I would be happy with either of them. So
yeah, well, I'm getting that gastric sleeve surgery like soon, so I'm gonna just live it up until then, because after that my stomach will roughly be the size and shape of a banana and I can't eat anymore.
Okay, well, that's one way of taking care of. I just can't take, I mean, I can't take it that far. I know I need to lose weight, like billions of pounds, but I just can't take it to that level where I will end up breaking that sleeve. I guarantee it.
Well, you can't really break the sleeve because, long story short, they take 3/4 of your stomach out and it's shaped like a sleeve. So it's not actually a sleeve. It's just kind of shaped like one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really break it. You would probably puke or have a brown alert before you broke anything.
I'm sure people tune in for the highbrow conversations that we have on GhostBox Radio, and this is one of them tonight.
I assure you, it's paranormal related.
It's did you call it a brown alert? Is that what?
I sure did. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's and
I didn't want the dump button on me.
So. No. Well, I mean, he's
literally the dump button.
Adam left the control. I don't even know where he is. Oh, you're back. Well, I'm glad that the boredom has allowed you to come back.
No,
so.
I'm still trying to get our commercials to autoplay. Shut up.
We're not in a commercial break, so
trying to fix it before we go to the next one.
Here.
So okay, Emily, what about the Russian and North Korea alliance? What are your thoughts on about the UFO situation?
It's really hard to say, but what I called about was I think part of why something from somewhere else wouldn't want us destroyed is because the Earth really has valuable resources that may not be either anywhere else in space or is so rare in other places. They don't, I think, just from a purely scientific and logical, they don't want us destroyed. They need either whatever it is we have, gold, or who knows what it is.
That's
water.
true.
I don't know.
It's true. And when our ant overlords land on the planet and put us into human slavery, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, we haven't destroyed all of our natural resources yet. So it stands to reason that that's probably very viable. We're very good real estate, aren't we?
Well, I think so. And I always kind of look at it like, as far as the planet will always renew itself. It's people who are doomed, because we've gone through so many things. The planet itself has gone through so many things, and it always kind of comes back. But people, on the other hand, that's once we're done, we're done.
Well, and there's something to be said about that. And one of the things I remember when I was went back to school and I took a class called Disasters. I actually took Disasters 1 and Disasters 2. Very much up my alley. And the instructor, he said something I will never forget, which I mean makes a lot of sense, and everyone else on the planet knows this, is the idea of like the natural disasters, the forest fires, all this stuff. The point of that is to, as you said, renew. It's clearing away the old, it's clearing away everything else, and it's a renewal of the earth. The problem is that we have become so spread out, and we're living in places that aren't expected to be just like high living, high density areas, that we're in areas that are being hit by wildfires and stuff that is destroying, and the fact is that we try to stop it. We're not trying to stop it.
Well, no, we're not. And, that all goes back to greed. And, there's a ton of money, trillions and trillions of dollars in things like oil and energy. And we could have free energy. That's existed for a long time. I mean, I think most of us know that.
Yeah.
Tesla kind of proved that one in the early, 1900s?
Yeah, well, he's gone now. He disappeared.
Right.
So,
well, right, of course.
Now,
but
yeah.
I was just going to say, if we don't get over our love of greed and money, we're not going to survive.
We will. Don't worry. No, I'm just kidding. We're never going to get over
Yeah,
that.
well, some of us might, because they have the money to do so. But sooner or later, this piece of paper we put so much value in, we're not going to have trees to print the paper anymore.
Well, I mean, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here, but those pieces of paper have no value to them anyway. They're not tied to any gold standard anymore. So, there's something completely off with that. Now, Stacy in the comments says, I think the Earth has been sending out a distress signal, and the aliens are coming to wipe out the people. Oh, I didn't read all that. Okay, so the aliens are coming to wipe out the people. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, could be. I don't feel like that's the case, but I don't want to be proven wrong either. I know, like I'll get no satisfaction.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I would say I don't know if I would feel the same way either about that. I think that whatever is out there probably has very little interest in destroying us. I just don't why. What good would it do them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. I have no idea. It's an interesting thought.
I would like to say that I think to your point about the fact that there's a lot to be mined from the earth. I think that's more viable reason than aliens just thinking that they should take good care of us. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. I really think it's more of a we need this planet for their raw. I mean, it's cynical, but that's just kind of. I feel. I mean, and maybe there are more benevolent beings out there that really do care about our well-being, whether it be maybe us from the future or who knows what. But I think just from a raw material standpoint, we probably have something that they need or want. And if the planet goes bye-bye, it's a problem.
Well, I'll tell you, both you and Adam talk about future selves, and that kind of bums me out, because what I really want is a collaboration between aliens and the government, and that there is a gray that's wearing like a colonel's uniform. That's what I really want. I want to see this gray wearing a military uniform because he's a high-ranking official. And that's really
just
all I
because
want.
you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
That's true. That is very true. So
you all need to get Ray-Ban
there's all
sunglasses.
These underground bases. As they say.
Well, and of course, Adam takes it back to a film that stars a wrestler. So that's just how he operates with Roddy Piper.
I was like, are you talking about They Live?
Of course. All we got to do is find that church, find the box of Ray-Bans, and we'll see exactly who's an alien and who isn't.
I mean, I wish it was that easy.
Me too.
Right.
I don't want to get in the fist fight though at the end or live in the homeless encampment because I wouldn't last.
I think there's more aliens out there than we realize, quite frankly.
Oh God,
Did you know a fun fact about that movie? That really was a homeless encampment. They actually filmed that on location in an actual homeless encampment.
Yeah, and John Carpenter was great. He actually gave everybody catering that was there, gave them all a little bit of money.
Everybody.
Yeah, he was a wonderful individual for doing that.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All right, Emily, I appreciate the call. That's a good conversation there, and I don't know. I guess we'll see if our ant overlords will join us and put us into slavery, or if they just truly want to take care of us and they'll just be watching over what's going on in North Korea and the Russians as well.
Well, good thing I'm getting that surgery then, because if my rations are going to be cut, I'm ready.
I mean, honestly, that is the real reason, isn't it? You are afraid of the ant revolution. So
hey, man, I'm a future thinker. Come on, now.
You gotta, and that's what I've always loved about you. So
yeah, of course.
I appreciate the call tonight, Emily. All right.
Thanks, gentlemen. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you for the call. So, folks, you see how much fun it is? Call on in 952-946-6205 in this special doom-laden episode of GhostBox Radio, talking about the destruction of the human race via the ant people.
I, for one, can't wait until our, alien overlords take over or whatever it is Kent Brockman says.
That's why I kept saying the ant, because that's what they saw on the shuttle. So pretty much. All right, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead, take our next break. When we come back, whatever's on your mind, we can talk about some scary moments or not so scary moments. We have some more stuff to get through. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. MetamorphosisConnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit MetamorphosisConnections.com and sign up today.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Are you looking to give back to the community you love? Do you have a few hours to spare? Twin Cities Pride is looking for volunteers for the 2024 Pride Festival. There is something for everyone, from working at the parade to assisting at an info booth or even helping set up the festival. All volunteers receive a free t-shirt, a commemorative pin, and a free meal. Register to volunteer at tcpride.org/volunteer. That's tcpride.org/volunteer.
You know, I wanted to also mention, since we just had our commercial with Psychic Medium Refined Divine with us, normally she would be on next week because we do every other week with her. But because of the 4th of July week, we're going to have her back on with us on July 12th. And that's I love having her on. It is so much fun to have her on. She has such vibrant energy, and her husband, Dave, is so much fun as well. So one question readings with Psychic Medium Refined Divine. That is going to be on Wednesday, July 12th. Also want to make sure that everyone knows that if you really need to get a reading, you should go ahead, schedule one through her refineddivinepsychic.com. And through there, you can, figure out what kind of reading works for you. Do a retreat, which Danielle had done a retreat, right?
Yeah, my wife went up for the Sunday of Father's Day, so it was the 16th. She did the retreat then.
Retweet?
We tweeted it.
So that's good. She does a lot of classes. We've had people in the comments who have done. Am I looking at the wrong year, Linda? Let's take a look again. Oh, I'm looking at June. It's going to be July 10th that Refined Divine is going to be on. So, I'm just learning how the calendar works. It's all new to me, okay? So what can you say?
You just went to the rectangular format. I know you've been working with the round Mayan ones.
I was doing the Mayan forum calendar, and I've been trying to carry on where it left off.
Because everybody thought the world was going to end. No, it was just the 13th Dactoon. It starts over at number 1 again.
Exactly. So I'm not the one wrong over here. So we have Refined Divine coming on July 10th, which is the 1 year anniversary of the start of me doing this week or nightly. So yeah. Have anyone ever ridden a bicycle and the change is kind of falling off and it's kind of slipping? I think that's where I'm at right now. It's been a long week, but yeah. So imagine, come on out to Pride and see what you're gonna see at 4:05 on Sunday. What kind of disaster for GhostBox Radio we're gonna have? So
we'll be fine. You'll be fine. We're right over by the beer garden, right? So you'll be wonderfully fine.
I was just going to say that I think I'll be just fine. Thank you very much. Also, my dear friends, even though I'm not doing any live shows next week, on Wednesday, July 3rd, we're going to be doing Ghost Stories and Beyond over at Billy's Bar and Grill in Anoka. I know it's really close to the 4th of July holiday, but if you're able to, please come out. We had a fantastic conversation last month. We kind of just went wherever the audience wanted to go. I think we're going to do that again tonight, or again on that Wednesday. But I'm also going to tell some of the experiences I've had at Gettysburg. We'll talk about some If you've been to some places like battlefields and stuff, we'd love to hear those conversations as a topic. But whatever's on your mind, we are totally fine with as well. But I just want to make sure everyone knows that it is on July 3rd over at Billy's Bar and Grill, Ghost Stories and Beyond. We're going to do that, of course. The Char Savoy is going to be there. She's the co-planner with me on that. So, of course, she's going to be there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So please come out. $10 to get in. It does not include food or drink, but they have a full bar. And burgers are half price.
Their Philly burger is amazing. I love the bread that they put it on too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I actually plan on being able, since we don't have Refined Divine that night, I plan on being out there for Ghost Stories and Beyond.
There you go, folks. That's the reason to come on out. You get to see Adam.
Yeah, I'll be there. Speaking of which, you said you're going to talk about Gettysburg. You've been lucky enough to get out there and to investigate.
Yes.
Okay, so is it mainly residual hauntings out in the fields that a lot of people have seen photos of, or is there some like intelligence with these hauntings?
That's a good question. I don't know if I can fully answer that, because here's the thing. I think everything I've experienced out there personally for myself is that it seems to be more on the residual side. One of the stories I remember, we were at the place called Inn at Air Ridge. And for those of you who are interested, Monday's episode is going to be with myself, Christy Ayers, and Aaron Blackburn. This is a replay, but we all were at Gettysburg at the same time. That's where we all met. But the one thing, I was in a room with some people because I was leading an investigation in that room. We're in the room, and suddenly a cannon goes off.
What?
A cannon goes off.
Ooh.
And we're just like, holy cow. And someone comes in from the other outside the room just to see how we're doing. And we're like, did you hear that cannon? And they're like, no. And there's people that were outside smoking, and we found them, and we're like, was there a cannon that went out here? And they're like, no.
Huh.
I mean, and so that's, to me, that's residual.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's one that is really very, not residual at all. I had a REM pod. I had two REM pods. One and both right next to each other, or probably about maybe 3-4 feet from each other. One was going absolutely insane. The other wasn't doing anything. And I mean, insane. All 4 lights were going crazy, just screaming. You know, those things are very loud and kind of annoying. And so I'm like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I'm like, well, maybe it's a battery is going to go. And so I'm like, before I turned it off, I said, I'm going to shut this off. When I shut this off and you are actually someone trying to reach out to us, can you do what you're doing here to this one over here? And I shut it off, and that one started.
Nice.
That was incredible.
That is awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, and then at that place too, I was doing it. I thought I was done for the night being part of this event.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was over. So I found a little room at this place, and I sit down with my spirit box, and I said, you know, it's very interesting because it used to be a Confederate headquarters.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's really interesting in here because here I am. I'm from Minnesota, Union, and I just was able to walk in. You know, no one stopped me. There's no one here to stop me at all. I can do whatever I want in here. And through the spirit box, all of a sudden you hear, F you.
Okay, and these are when something like that comes through a spirit box. Now remember, it's going through terrestrial radio waves.
Mm.
If you're getting a response like that, then that is not coming from a broadcast.
No, not at all. And so that night, we did something maybe a little illegal.
Okay.
And that was after the event, which ended around 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Christy, Aaron, and myself, we get in Aaron's car and we go to the battlefields. The battlefields close at dusk.
Ah, that's why it's illegal.
It's illegal, yeah. But we got in there. We get out of the car. It's so still. Just so still out there. It's hauntingly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you'd be like, I can't believe I'm here. And obviously there's roads going through the battlefield now, because now they put them in, and all these wonderful statues and memorials are there. But we're looking, and off to the distance is a hill with a road, and all of a sudden there's this mist that rolls down the hill about knee high. Is it troops? What is it? It's hugging the ground. It is hugging the ground, coming up to us rapidly. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, we're engulfed in fog.
Whoa.
Just engulfed. Like if some other car came through suddenly, which there wasn't, we could have been hit.
Right on.
Because it just is that thick. And as soon and probably within a few minutes it was gone.
That is weird.
It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It is probably one of my favorite places. And the fact that I thought, you know what? I'm going to stay at a house, at an Airbnb, because I'm in the mood to be part of this whole thing. So I'm going to stay at this Airbnb that was built in 1850.
Right on.
That's about 12 years before the start of the Civil War. Didn't think much of it other than this would be cool. It is one of the most haunted places I've ever been in my life.
Really?
I couldn't even handle it.
Did you leave, or?
I left.
Wow.
I left because I'm working these events, and I'm like, I need a break. I needed a break. I saw full-bodied apparition. I saw a wisp of like smoke, fog, whatever, just hovering like as a line, just moving. And going upstairs to where my bedroom was, nobody wanted me up there. Nobody. It was like you're being pushed out energetically.
Oh.
I had to sleep downstairs because I just couldn't. I mean, I couldn't handle it. And I was on a like a Facebook messenger call with somebody, and I'm like, I say I'm looking at you, but I was actually looking at her, and there's a shadow that moves in front of me. I could see it on the wall, a shadow, like this shadow person. And I looked down at this person on my call. It was on A, actually, and she just had this look on her face, because I thought I was the only one that saw the shadow, but her screen is facing me, and I look, and I'm looking like her face. She's just like terrified. I'm like, what did you see? Nothing. No, you saw something. What did you see? Nothing. I didn't see anything. I said, listen, I saw a shadow moving in front of me. I thought it was a shadow person, but you're looking like that you saw what caused that shadow. She goes, there was a figure that moved behind you.
Oh, wow.
And that just gives me even now. I was just like, and I'm in this place by myself that's in the middle of nowhere.
You'd rather be stuck there with a bear.
Truly. I mean, I don't leave these places. Like, I stick them out. I don't leave.
Greg, you're the only person I know who unwinds with a spirit box session.
Right? Yeah. No. It was really pretty a lot. It was a lot to take in. And then while we're at the event, somebody asked Christy and myself, could we go to where they're staying and do an investigation, because something's not right there. So we went, and we didn't really pick up a ton, but here we are in Gettysburg. I've never been to Gettysburg. I don't even know who these people are, apart from a couple of them. And there's some random people saying, come back to where we are, please help us. And they don't live there. They're just staying there. So, yeah.
That is definitely a place I want to get out to and spend an entire week.
Yes, it is worth every effort to get out there. And if you want to go out there while there's an event, there's Get Haunted is doing, I believe, a Gettysburg event out there. Get Haunted is a network, and they do podcasts and stuff. And I rerun this show on Get Haunted, but also just go out there and enjoy the battlefields, enjoy the history. I love places like Deadwood. I love it a lot, but Deadwood is very commercialized.
Mhm.
A lot of touristy things. There are some in Gettysburg, but it's mainly a place that is thriving as a town, and the actual touristy stuff isn't that much. I think they try to keep it very respectful.
Yeah, it's like from what I understand, because I've looked at like the travel packages. That's this time of year, 4th of July weekend and things like that, always hopping. That's going to be a lot of touristy stuff. But
Yeah.
it seems like after that, a lot of prices drop for places, and it's just walk around Gettysburg and absorb it.
But I'll tell you, when I was out there, was this time of year about 3 years ago, and I went on the anniversary of the Gettysburg battles.
Did you make it to the spot with the address?
No.
You didn't. Then you got to go back. We got to go to Gettysburg so you can go where Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address.
I was by there, but not that close.
You need to get closer as much as you love Lincoln.
All right. I mean, all right. I guess Adam's telling me what to do. So yeah, no,
I'm planning a trip.
So once again, folks, as we wrap up here, we're going to be live. AM 950 is going to be live all weekend for Pride. Have a chance. Please come out to Twin Cities Pride. See us. Adam's going to be there a little bit tomorrow. I'll be there all day tomorrow and Sunday. And we're doing a live show on Sunday at 4:05 with our guest, Char Savoy, is going to be joining us. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to look very forward to that. And then, of course, Ghost Stories and Beyond on July 3rd, 6:30 p.m. at Billy's Bar and Grill. Everyone, thank you so very much. Adam, thank you as always.
Thank you.
We'll be seeing you tomorrow and Sunday. Everyone, take care. Greg Bakken here. I've told you about